I'm Ann Johnson. I'm an ESL teacher at Maynard Middle School, and I've been here only a year, though I've taught ESL and other classes like 4th and 5th grade ELA for many years. So I use the example of an Oreo cookie that we started a couple of weeks ago. And so I gave them the idea that they would be eating an Oreo cookie, and so that they could see the actual structure of a paragraph, which is the topic sentence, and the details is the white creamy part. So we talk about that. We draw it. They get to see an anchor chart. But then they were able to, oh, I'm writing this because at the end of this week, I'm going to get an Oreo cookie. So that was their motivation to eat it. They kept reminding me of the Oreo cookie. And actually, we did that twice because we had the paragraph writing. Then we started to talk about the essay. Now, the essay with an Oreo cookie, we had to have 2 Oreo cookies, because we had 2 paragraphs in the middle that had to do with our reasons or our details, explanation, or examples. Then with the 2 Oreo cookies, after a week of more writing, I said, now we're going to get into our essays. So they were able to pull apart the Oreo cookie, and so they had the topic sentence, the controlling idea, the thesis statement. We used all of that vocabulary. The inside layer of one cookie and the inside layer of the cookie that they were going to eat are together in the middle. And then the top layer is the introduction, and the last layer is their conclusion. And they had to use those words. You know, what is a conclusion? But we could use the word closing or ending, and then explain what that was. And we talked about the repetition of the thesis statement, and we talked about that as well. So for this week, it was group work with that essay, with the prompt about success and positive attitude. First, they actually, in their group, had to talk about it. And then each one took one part of that essay. We have to have structure in our class. We have to be able to make sure that we know exactly what we're writing later on. I'll give them free rein, and they'll have more creativity in regards to their writing. But right now they needed to have structure. Then they had to present it to class. So they had to present their essay orally before they could start to write. And then once they had that done, and once we presented, then they were able to go back and write it on their chart paper all together as a group and have their essay completed as a group. So now they are really excited because now I'm going to bring another Oreo cookie, but these Oreo cookies have the confetti. So the actual white part of the Oreo cookie has sprinkles in the cookie itself. So we've already started to talk about details. And we were talking about confetti, and they know what that looks like. Could their essays on their chart paper have more confetti, which would be more of the details? So then we'll go into adjectives and adverbs and transition words and things like that to add to their 2 paragraphs. So if anybody is interested in doing an activity, expository writing based on an Oreo cookie structure, you'll go to Pinterest.
Well, thank you very much. Great details, and I can't even really think that you answered everything that I was going to ask.
Thank you. It's been fun. I try to
fun.
think of a fun way to do our activities, because we have to learn, and sometimes we can learn by having some fun.
Cool.
So we've done that.